everyone, back again with another art journal page. I have to apologize. I have a bit of a cold and I have some sniffles, so sorry for that I sound a little bit nasal. So first I'm starting out in this this is a Strathmore journal, and I'm starting out with heavy gesso through this round stencil, circle stencil. I'm not going all over the page, I'm just going to do the top side of the page. So kind of like bubbles. Drying it, of course. And then I'm starting to put some paint down. I'm really trying to work with acrylics a lot lately. That's just because I've got a lot of them, and sometimes things need to be used. And while I was cleaning out my craft room, I found so much stuff, mediums that I didn't use for ages, so I'm going to try and work with them in upcoming videos as well. So first starting out with the green and a turquoise blue. Of course, drying it, just trying to blend it a little bit. At this point I didn't know where I was going. I just wanted to play and create a nice background. Basically that's it. But I can't seem to do pages with just the background, so you'll see in the end I end up with a face again. So now put some gesso on the little dots that I made to make them stand out again, and then I chose some other colors, paint colors, a magenta, quite a heavy body one, and this is a neon pink color, really like that, and just fiddling around. And that's just because I'm doing the Art Marks booklet, and I really want to do more scribbles and art marks and working with markers, and I'm trying to learn. Not that good at it, but just practicing a lot. And now I'm just going in with the paint and just not thinking about it, just putting down where I think I need it. No real reason or rhyme. It doesn't look that beautiful now, but it gets better as we go. Still afraid to go over the circles because I had a lot of work doing them, and why should I go over it? But forcing myself to go over the circles, because you can always emphasize them in the end, as I will do, but it takes up a little courage to go over things that you like and then reinforce them or make them stand out even more. So take the gesso out again, heavy gesso, and while the acrylic paint is wet, I'm putting the gesso down on the spots, and even more spots where I didn't put any gesso in the beginning. And it mixes a little bit with the colors that are already on the page. Then I got this new large stencil. It's a Prima stencil, I think, and I'm using that with a baby wipe to to go through it and lift off some of the. Then I went in with a white acrylic paint. You see that I used the leftovers on the stencil on the other page, not to waste anything, and just going over it with my whole hand, and then go in with the same stencil again. Try and lift off even more, but these circles and little squares are so tiny. I needed to do it twice or 3 times to make it show, and then I take this little stencil with a little sponge and it works just fine. Then I got this down a stencil with numbers, as you can see, and I'm doing the same thing, going through it with a little baby wipe and lift off the paint. And I really like the way it doesn't show that well, but it is there and you can see it with a 3 and a 9. So I just emphasize it a little bit with some acrylic paint, so a little bit of yellow, a little bit of green, just to here and there get a little get the numbers down. Then I'm going with this is a pink paisley background stamp, a scribble stamp, and a stamp here and there. And this is a Badass stamp. It's a Dutch brand. I really like this pattern, although it doesn't show that well. So really don't mind. It's there. So I use it to create more interest to the background. And at this point I still didn't know that I was going to do a face, but well, really couldn't think of something more to do, so I go in and emphasize the little circles again. So I think this is the 4th time I'm doing this. I think so. And then I thought, oh, this looks like bubble hair or curly hair or something. So while I was doing this, I thought, okay, I'm just going to do a face. Why not? It's just because I can. So I really like the way this was going, and just getting a little bit of the pink color again, and really starts to look nice. A little touch up with the stencil, and then I thought, well, I'm just going to do the face. Why not? So I drew the face. You've seen me do this before. And now I'm taking out my Polychromos pencils because I thought I was going to do some coloring of her eyes. I got myself a new, how do you call that? A sharpener? Pencil sharpener, I think. I really like it. This reminds me of my childhood. In my classroom, my teacher had a similar one like this. And it works so well. It's very sharp and really loving it. So I'm using that to color the eyes because I didn't want to use any paint because the background was so pretty, and I just used a little bit of gesso on her face, and I drew her face with a water-soluble charcoal pencil. I'm just gonna take it out and just see. Well, I used a Derwent sketching pencil, a medium wash 4B, and a graphite aquarelle pencil, a watercolor pencil from Faber-Castell 4B as well. But I didn't use water in the end. Well, I do it later, but not now. So I'm just drawing and coloring her eyes in with the pencils. I think it goes very well with the background, with the acrylic background. And because it's on gesso, the tooth is just good enough to for the pencils to stay on the page. Now the lips, do work on them a lot before I'm satisfied with them. You can see I leave a lot in, so you can see what I'm doing. Well, almost. While I was doing this, normally you use a blending pencil with your Derwents. I'm just going to take them out so I can tell you what it is. It's called a Derwent Blender pencil. And I do use it, you'll see it later, but here I'm using Derwent watercolor pencils because she needed a little bit of a blush on her face. You see here, this is the blender pencil, and it works well with the watercolor pencils as well, but water is better, of course. So I'm just going to, and it makes your pencil marks disappear, so it flows and you can't see the marks that you made that well. Really liking that. So I thought that this was good. The face is not straight and not symmetric, but hey, told you that the last one I did, don't mind at all. So you see here is the result, what happens with the graphite watercolor pencil. And you go over it with a water brush, and then it just looks like watercolor. I'm just going to emphasize her hair just a little bit, not doing too much to it because I really like the background and the colors. And I'm just going to look at the picture, and it just looks quite nice. I'm going to post this one on Instagram, I think, so you can watch if you like. I really like the way this goes. Going in with the same pencil again, that's the graphite watercolor pencil. And then, liking it. Now I do go in with a blue polychromos pencil. Don't know why, just did it, and draw the circles with that pencil. Going in with the blender, doing the same. So it blends a little bit, and then go in with a watercolor pencil again. And here I thought I needed to do it on with a Derwent watercolor just to make it look better. I'm sorry for the sniffles. I stopped this video twice now to sneeze. So I don't want to do it another time, not again. Using a little brush with a little bit of acrylic. No, just gesso. If I put acrylic down, you won't see the colors on the background anymore. I just want it to be as fake as I could. Now, almost done with that. And then what? What did I do? Oh, I just keep going on with this, and her mouth as well, just to make sure it's a little bit more straight. Give her some lights in her eyes. Color it a bit more, make it white. Well, that's basically it. And then I thought it needed black. Of course, everything needs black with me. So, but first a little bit of yellow, a little bit of pink, I think, a little bit of green, just here and there. I can't explain why I do it. It's just, it needed something to make you give it an idea that it is hair. And I wanted to yellow to stand out a little bit more, to act kind of like a light on her face. It's not positioned right. It's just, I do it like the way I like it. So that's basically it. And you should too. Just do things the way you like it. Going in with that pencil again. Emphasizing her mouth. Coloring her eyes a little bit. Make it stand out more. Oh, the nose, of course. That was a weird thing. Done this a few times because I couldn't get the nose in the right position. And then emphasizing her hair again. Oh well, that's the way it goes with me. Going on the circles, make it more black. And then the face, of course. I thought the one cheek was thicker than the other one. And now I'm going in with just a regular pen. This is just a writing pen, and it works so well. I bought a box of it for €1, I think, and they don't have it all the time in the store, so I bought 2 boxes. And going in doodling, making circles, making little dots and crosses, and going over where I went with the stencil, those little triangles, and emphasizing the stamps that I used. Just everything that I could think of with that pencil, with that pen. And then go in with the stamps again. It needed the black. And this is it. So I hope you liked it, everyone. And of course I will be back real soon. And then I thought I needed a sentiment or a saying, so I chose this Embrace Imperfection. And I hope you liked it. So, well, thank you for watching, everyone. Bye bye. Bye bye.